Hey everybody, we're back with another episode of How to Play Minetest. In this episode, we are playing on a multiplayer server online. So, this should all look brand new, nothing I've shown before. This is on the Mount Blue Lobster server, which is a server for more advanced players. So you'll see a lot of fancy stuff going on, like these light posts here and the colonnade outside this building right here. And I was invited to play on the server by a viewer actually, and I just barely got my privileges advanced. So I'm working on this area right here, the Tower of Pisa, which is going to be interesting because it's leaning. So I have to figure out how to make that work inside Minetest, so it's an extra challenge for me. Also during this episode, I'm going to be covering a question that was put forth by F.H. Tommy, who asked what I like about Minetest. Why do I play, and what do I enjoy about it? The first thing to answer that question is I like to build things. Right here, we'll back up a little bit so you can see what I've been working on so far. Okay, so you can see I've got this intentional gap right here to make it look like it is, in fact, leaning, and already you kind of have that feel to it. But yeah, I like to build stuff, so that's the first reason why I like playing Minetest. The second is there's actually been a fair amount of camaraderie out here on the server. I've run into the administrators for the server several times, and they've been very kind about, hey, here's how this works, or here, let me fix your privileges so you can actually do something, which is also nice, so you don't get stuck not being able to protect your areas or things like that. So the camaraderie has been very nice to have, and how open everyone is to answering questions and things like that. I've even had one guy, I'm not sure if he's an admin or not, but he asked if I wanted to build something in his town once I finished this, and I said sure, that'd be great. So already opening opportunities to build in other places. Let's see what we got here. One of the privileges that they granted me is creative mode, so I'm able to grab any pieces that I need immediately, so I can immediately start building stuff quickly, where some of this stuff would take a long time if I had to craft it all by hand. And so I'm dispensing with my normal approach of I'll just build it, to do I mark that there? I think I do. To, you can see me here in fly mode, and I'm going ahead with taking creative mode just so that I can build this a little bit more quickly. But some of the other things I like about Minetest over other computer games that I could play is it's completely constructive. There's no, hey, I got the highest kill count, or anything like that. It's much more about being able to express yourself creatively rather than brouhaha, I killed the most people. And so that's another aspect of the game that I really do enjoy, is being able to express myself creatively. So right here, what I'm trying to do here, well, go ahead and explain this while I'm working on it, is I'm trying to offset the building to get my first true tilt to it. So I'm shifting everything slightly to the right. So, which actually means I did this wrong. Yeah, I did that wrong. Oops, ran my pickaxe out. And I'm out of pickaxes. Lovely. Even in creative mode, sometimes you run out of stuff. But even in real life, I like to play games that are more about who can build the best rather than who can destroy the most. Like games such as Ticket to Ride, Settlers of Catan, those kinds of games where it's about building and outmaneuvering rather than destroying. Because after a while it just gets kind of boring. It also gets frustrating with people who can't seem to get out of that mindset of this is what's fun, is destroying things. It's like, really? I find much more satisfaction in building things than destroying them. Okay. This is the experimental part that I'm not quite sure if it's going to work or not, because I need to shift during the height of this tower. This tower is has a 16 block diameter, and it's 56 blocks tall is the scale. And I'm trying to decide, as it goes up, it needs to shift south 4 blocks. So I built the main base here, which is pretty good likeness of the actual Tower of Pisa, with the columns around the outside. And so now I'm trying to decide, this is the north end over here, so it needs to shift that way 4 blocks. So every 2 tiers as I go up, it needs to shift that way 1. So I'm trying to decide the best way to accomplish that. Which... let's see, where's the road? Right there. So I'm trying to shift it to the right. So if I build those out... I think actually what I'm trying to do, if I can get the right height here, is that. Yeah, okay. Which means these ones are actually supposed to be right there. There we go. That's what I'm trying to do. There we go. So right there, and then the next one's going to be right there. There we go. That makes way more sense. So that's some of the reasons why I like playing Minetest. And apart from that, I'm also very artistic. Just as an individual, my degree is in technical theater, which involves set design, which is essentially what Minetest is it gives you the opportunity to build a set that people can walk through and play in. And on a server like this, where you can protect your time investment, it makes it a very attractive way where you don't have to really pay for anything, where with theater you would have to spend money on parts and pieces. Let's see. This is where it gets interesting. I think what I need is... cost savings as well. Being able to build a set that people can come and look at and play in helps as well. I mean, in real life this would be impossible, building a scale version of the Tower of Pisa, sorry. It would be insane. Nobody would want to pay for that. Where here, it's not such a big deal. It's just the time that it takes you to build it. Still getting used to free move mode. There we go. So really I need to build this whole edge out further. Sorry, I'm a little quiet this time around. I'm just getting over a head cold. Which is also why my voice is a lot deeper than it normally is. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Probably should have figured this particular section out before I started recording, but I was anxious to get started. This will be an ongoing project that I have. If you guys want, and if you can leave comments below to let me know if you'd like to come and check out this build. Hopefully the people who own the server won't be too mad at me for giving the address out for other people to come and take a look, but I think it's something that you guys would probably enjoy. Okay. So now, I believe I need to go up 6 blocks between levels. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So with the Tower of Pisa, it's actually got a really interesting history, which is why I chose to build it. It is halfway through construction it started leaning on them, and that actually changed the way they built the structure, so that I believe it's a bell tower for a church is what it is, and they had to make several adjustments after they started building it, so that it's actually built to be stronger leaning than straight. That being said, it continued to settle on the south side, and so I think it was in 1994 or 2004, right in there somewhere. They actually had some engineers come in and figure out how to correct the lean because it had gotten worse. And what they ended up doing was putting a whole bunch of weights on the north side of the tower, and then digging out some of the sand on the north side so that it would settle back to quote-unquote straight, which isn't straight still, but it's the same angle it was when it was completed in, I think it was 1838 or something like that. So it's a really old tower. Let's see, I need to go up one more on this side as well because it's crooked. Ooh, hold on. Center of the tower needs to shift over one as well. Blast. Forgot about that. Okay, well I'm going to have to redo some of this. Anyway, I wanted to do this video so I can answer that viewer question. If you have a viewer question about anything regarding Minetest or myself, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry it was so quiet. Again, I'm getting over a cold and had to figure out this tricky part of the build, which maybe was helpful for some of you who are doing tricky builds. But don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, family, anyone who might be interested in learning to play Minetest. And we will catch you guys next time. Until then, go build something.